Welcome, folks, to episode 30 of Finding Your Hidden Superpower Autism, Asperger's, and those of us who are neurodiverse. So, in episode 28, I talked about how autistic people can communicate just as well to each other as people that that are neurotypical. And one of the keys that they found is that it's all about building rapport. Um, Apparently, autistic people can build rapport with other autistic people, but because there's a neurological mismatch, rapport is not built easily between a neurotypical person and an autistic person or somebody who's neurodiverse. So, what I want to do is take this short video to talk about how to build rapport. Um, since I'm neurodiverse, I have problems with this as well, but so we're going to learn along together. So, building rapport leads to some very important outcomes. People talk to people they like. People share information with people they like. People buy from people they like. People feel loyalty to people they like. People introduce people they like. So, rapport is all about liking other people. And so, one of the key things 6 tips for connecting to others. So, um, remember people's names. So if you have trouble not remembering somebody's name, you really got to focus in on what their name is. Everybody likes hearing their name. Um, Find common ground. Find things that they like that you can at least ask them about why they like it and get them talking about themselves and about what they like. Um, One of the problems with people who are neurodiverse, autistic, and Asperger's is that a lot of the times we tend to do things on our own, and because we're into certain things, and those things may not be what everybody else is into. But if you don't have common ground, just ask them questions about themselves and they'll love talking about themselves. If you don't seem interested, you will not gain rapport. Active listening. So one of the keys with active listening is don't just ask a question and let them talk and then you're thinking about another question or a response to that question before you even listen to them. So what you need to do is you need to listen and show that you listen. And you might even want to, one of the keys with active listening is after they're finished talking to you, making their point, you reiterate their point as you understand it. And if you understand their point correctly, they will like you much more, and you'll understand them much better. If you don't understand their point, and you say, "Well, this is what I'm hearing, what you're saying. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong," and then you can have a conversation about that and try and understand their point of view, their worldview, what's important to them, and then you can show that you're showing that they are important to you. A lot of the problems with people with autism is that people don't realize that the autistic person thinks that that person is important, but they're not showing the social cues, the social evidence that proves to the other person that the autistic person believes that that person is important. So ask questions, ask follow up questions. When they say something, don't argue with them, and because arguments don't work out. If you want to have a heated argument, make sure that they want to do that as well. if you want to have a debate about something, um, use softeners. Um, Soften your language. Don't ever say they're wrong or they're incorrect. Just say, well, that's not the way I understand it. Please inform me. Help me understand. So, and mind your body language. Uh, Body language is upwards of 90% of all communication. So, one of the problems with people suffering from autism is flat affect. A lot of the social cues from body language are do not appear. Not looking somebody in the eye. Um, so there's a lot of things you have to work with body language. Uh, Mannerisms, body posture, eye contact, facial expressions. Um, when somebody is speaking to you, face them, make comfortable eye contact, and mirror their expressions as they speak. One of the key tricks, and it is a trick, is mirror somebody. So when you're if you're having a conversation or you want to have a conversation with somebody, um, you don't even have to start it up yet, but you can just mirror their body language. Just watch what they're doing and do uh, like you're their mirror opposite. So, but make sure it's not creepy. Uh, so, reserve judgment. Good rapport develops when somebody understands that they can share their feelings and ideas without fear of judgment. When your friends, family, or coworkers are speaking, withhold your criticism and only share advice or information if they request it. When you do offer critique, emphasize positivity and facilitate openness. So one of the keys with autistic people is that we're honest. We're we're brutally honest, and that's a problem. People don't want brutal honesty; they want positivity, to the point of a toxic positivity. So don't make it toxic positivity, but just make it positive, because even the Dalai Lama says that if you're going to tell somebody something that hurts them, even if it's the truth, uh, it's best not to do it unless it's super important for you to get that point across. Because if you hurt somebody, they will not listen to whatever you're saying afterwards. They will just be hurt and they might not like you. And so, if your point is to not be liked and to piss people off, you'll get it done. But if you want to have people like you, uh, give them positive encouragement, make sure that they're being heard, and make sure that they're being heard, because a lot of the times we think somebody's being heard, but they don't think it. So it's they, they are the ones that are the most important people in the room. They are the most important people as part of the conversation. Make them seem as if they are the most important people. So, with that, I hope this helps. Have a good